Hello, everyone. I'm going to do some tarot readings, and I don't know who I'm going to do them on. Okay, so I didn't have a title, but I will put one up. Okay, so let's get this party started. Okay, definitely want to do one on Donald and see how his week is going. Okay, see what obstacles he has. Let's see what we're gonna do. I want to use my new tarot deck, okay? It's called the original tarot deck. Premium deck, 78 cards, the usual. And we're going to do a little spread here, okay? I'm going to leave my book. Ooh. Oh, we can't leave that one out. That's the crazy card right there, the Seven of Cups, okay? But anyway, here, looking for my lighter. I didn't light anything up. How you guys doing? Okay, what's really going on? What's today? Woo! Woo! Thanks for the thumbs up. I've been missing in action. I know. On purpose, okay? So, but I've been paying attention. I have been paying attention. And I said I better get into it because I got a feeling that next month, especially we got Diddy, okay, and his sentencing, okay, at the beginning of next month. So I got to get on it, okay. I might as well start now. So we're gonna do one on Donald. What can you tell us about Donald's week, okay? What this week we got for Donald, okay? It's already Monday, so he's got a head start because we should have started yesterday. So let's just tell us a little bit about Donald's week. What do you want us to know about Donald Trump and his week? Now I'm going to do a spread, okay? I don't know what it's called, okay, but I'm not going to do the usual spread. Oh, matter of fact, I better take some Tylenol right now, okay? While I'm here, and the Tylenol's right there, okay? We're gonna nip this in the bud, but usually I do my card, my tab. That's what it's called. It's a taboo spread. I usually do those. But the thing about those is, boy, you start laying them down and they start telling all the business. Okay. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I think this is a little bit much. So we have we have the 8-hour arthritis relief. This is the Equate brand. Now Equate is Walmart, but it still works good, okay, is what I'm saying. That's my point. But yeah, so we're going to take a look at Donald. Always got to take a look at Donald because he just busy, okay? And P. Diddy, he's still howling, okay? We got to keep track of Chris Brown. I'm not going to do him right now because his is, he faces the judge on the 26th next month. So that's the end of next month. We got plenty of time. Whew. Okay, that water felt good. But we got to keep track of P. Diddy because his is at the beginning of next month, which is right around the corner. Is the way these dates are going. The time is going by. It won't be long. So what are we looking at with Donald Trump and his week? This week, Donald Trump, this week, okay? So I don't know what kind of spread this is called, but I'm going to show you. You've seen it before, but we're going to do this spread. Okay. What do you want us to know about Donald Trump's week? Okay. So So in the past, okay, well, no, the foundation. The foundation is the three of pentacles in reverse. Okay, so that's like meetings. Okay, meetings, teamwork, but it's in reverse. So it could be a lack of teamwork, a lack of being a team player. It could also be a loss because Pentacles, in reverse is a loss of something, okay? Or it could be bad health, okay? It's crossed by the Three of Wands in reverse. Now, this card normally represents, when it's upright, that someone's looking, okay, looking over into greener pastures, if you want to call it that way, looking overseas, okay? Or what do they say? Waiting for a ship to come in. He's either waiting for something or he's looking forward to something. But this is in reverse, okay? So he's not waiting on anything, okay? Maybe he had plans to travel, okay? But both of these cards are in reverse. So I think he doesn't have any plans on really nothing unless it comes up. Okay, so in the past, okay, so we'll say last week. There we go. Now that was a card that fell out, that I left out, but he was delusional. Okay, so my intuition tells me that not in the fact of delusional, but it just says that last week he wasn't really feeling too good. Okay, yeah, he wasn't really feeling it. Now, okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so she looked like she's looking at something. She's looking, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, she's looking at an offer. Now, I know it could mean money. But we're looking at how Trump is doing, what kind of week. So we'll just go in with yeah, looking at the money. It is there, looking at the money. Okay. The overarching energy. Let's see what's going on. Overarching energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, it's in reverse. So that right there is an offer. Whatever something was offered. Okay, the offer is no longer there. Okay, the offer's not there. He was offered this big pinnacle. Let's say he was offered some money. Okay, well the offer has been denied. Okay, it's null and void. That's the overarching energy. Lesson to be learned. Ooh, the Death card in reverse. Okay, so the Death card in reverse is the end. Okay, the end. I mean, he may be something's coming to an end. It's not going to start. It's finished. Okay, lesson to be learned. Okay, is endings. You need to learn how to just end it and leave it alone. How about that? Okay. Then, okay, the outcome. The outcome is the Eight of Wands. Okay. This is messaging. Information coming in. Information is coming in fast. Fast, fast, fast. Information is coming. Okay. Yes. So there's going to be an ending to something, and the information is going to come in fast. We're going to get it fast. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, generally, this This horse is in movement, okay? But when it's in reverse, it's not no longer in movement. Not only is it not in movement, it's in reverse, okay? So somebody's mad, okay? Somebody's mad. And just to be on the safe side, yeah, the Knight of Cups in reverse indicates Latin qualities in you or in the situation in question. You are holding back from taking action or expressing your emotions, okay? Or there could be an emotional block of emotions, creativity, or a block of your spiritual life. But he's at a standstill. So this is saying, as far as his this, and it's funny that they say that because in the past, okay, earlier this week, we could say yesterday, okay, he was in his emotions, okay. Today, he's thinking about his money for this week, okay. And then, yeah, so there's going to be some kind of offer that falls through this week. Interesting, interesting. Okay, that's Donald Trump week, just his week. Ooh. If you have any requests, let me know, okay? Because right now, I want to look at another thing too. Is see if I should do true crime. That little boy Emmanuel, little baby Emmanuel. Okay, they still haven't found him, and it's really sad. I'm pretty sure you should know by now if you've been following the story and looked it up. Okay, the situation with the mom and the dad. Okay, now the previous kids are not hers; they're his. Okay, and the little girl that's with the uncle. Is it his uncle or his cousin or his? The two children that are with another family member has custody of those two children that he abused, and the little girl is a paraplegic from his abuse. She wasn't born that way. From his abuse, she's in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. Okay, just sad. Okay, just sad. Now, a lot of people are saying they're still talking about the system. And then the thing about it was he's got another case with that other little girl. Okay. He's so three children. There's four of them. One, that's baby Emmanuel. We don't know where he's at. But the one right before little Emmanuel, she's like 2 years old, maybe 2 years old by now. And there's a case on her too. See, but they said for that little paraplegic girl, that's one he got the 6 months on, I think. And I'm like, 6 months. So I was, I think there was some now it says that I have came up here, oops. Sorry, I was still on speaker. Okay. But this was 4 days ago. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, they that was 4 days ago. So that was the most recent, because they went to court and they pleaded not guilty. Yeah. So and they're starting to believe more and more that the baby had been dead. That baby was dead before they even said it was a missing persons. Before they even called in, that baby had been dead. Okay, I think what's going on is their conclusions, their likely conclusions, that they only called and reported the baby missing or made up this little scene was because the family members started questioning about the baby. Yes, that's sad. And yeah, so I think they're coming to that conclusion. And the thing about it is, if he was thrown in the garbage, okay, and taken out with the garbage, the little baby could be anywhere. That's sad. And what's even sadder about it is he don't even have a birth certificate. Okay, so he's not even documented as being alive or dead. That wow. You see what I'm saying? Mm. I'm telling you, this is crazy. So we're gonna look at I've been wondering about that raid they had on that Hyundai company, okay? And it was it in Chicago? Where was that Hyundai company? They got over 400 undocumented people, and 300 of them were Korean. Now, I'm kind of twofold about that, okay? Well, what do you mean they Korea and they weren't documented? Well, wait a minute. Okay, so you got 300 employees, undocumented employees, okay, and they're not even supposed to be working. So they didn't took the jobs from the American people. That could have been 300 Americans. I don't know. Let me look at this again. Mm. It just breaks my heart. I mean, I'm not into them going and raiding and pulling people off the streets and all that kind of stuff. But 300 undocumented at the automotive where they make the cars in America. Mm. Let's see. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay, tell you one of the incident. Okay, that happened. They were over in not these immigrants, but they were over in Africa, somewhere in Africa. I don't know exactly what city. Okay, and apparently they had an agreement. Okay, they had an agreement where they were the Chinese. I believe it was the Chinese were going to open up businesses, okay, over there in Africa, whatever city, okay, and That was supposed to bring jobs to the area, okay, right? But what they did was they brought in their own people to work in the factories and would not hire the people who actually lived in the city. So they burned down the factory and kicked them out. That's what happened. And so this just kind of reminds me because, oh, here we go with all the different numbers and stuff. Okay. Okay, I know how to do this. That was Hyundai. Hyundai, however you pronounce it. There we go. They were from South Korea. Okay. 300 Korean workers detained by Hyundai. Okay. It was actually 400 and something that they went in and arrested, and 300 were from South Korea. Now check this out. Now South Korea, it's like what? Our people. So now they want their peoples back. I believe this is what's going on. Oh yeah, that's the same thing I'm saying. Okay, somebody said, "What's the deal with 300 migrants working at a Hyundai?" Yeah. So let's see what's going on because they got it on Reddit. Ah. So they said they were working as slaves. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, what can you tell us about the Hyundai company in Okay, wait. Was this Chicago? And then I'm gonna tell you another thing too. Isn't it funny how they show know how to go, where to go, and get all these immigrants? Okay, they already knew they was working. Okay, it was in Georgia, Georgia. Mm. It's just sad all the way around because it's like a catch 22. You can't win for losing, okay? You know, and you hate to send them back to their country if it's really going that bad. But what's really going on? That there's 300 people, okay, working in that one factory, okay? Are these people? They're slave labor because I believe if that's the case, it's still wrong. See, what's going on is I'm seeing that they're really trying to corrupt America, okay? And it's not, and the only way they could do that is because the Americans allowed them to do it, okay? So they are probably paying for their passage over here, okay? If you get caught, you're on your own, okay? But you got to pay off that passage and you got to work in the factory. Meanwhile, that 300 jobs that could be going into the community, okay, is being worked for free by illegal folks paying a passage. How you get 300 people over here like that? Okay, anyway, that's just like that big old ship with all the drugs on there, okay? Talking about smuggling. You ain't smuggled that in. That is not smuggling. I'm sorry. Okay. What can you tell us about the 300 the ice raid, on the Georgia plant, Hyundai plant in Georgia? What do you want us to know? Okay, what do you want us to know about all those illegal immigrants that they arrested at the Hyundai plant in Georgia? Okay, what do you want us to know? Because that is, see, they doing a lot of stuff, okay, like they doing like they're doing the law of favor, and you wonder how did they get in this position in the first place, okay? Underneath it all, okay, see, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. So the Five of Wands in reverse is fighting conflict, okay? I mean, the Five of Wands is conflict. In reverse, okay, they're trying to avoid the fighting. They're trying to avoid the conflict, okay? We have the Page of Wands, okay? He's checking things out, looking at the story, getting it right, okay? And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Money. It's money. Okay, and now they trying to stab off, okay, the looky-loos, and the reporters trying to get information on here, okay, with the Seven of Wands. Then we have the King of Wands coming in, okay. He's trying to get everything regulated, okay, and from this thing busting open at the seams, he's trying to get order in the court, so to speak. Then we have the Knight of Swords coming through real quick, okay. That's Isis. They done came through real quick and swooped him up, okay, swooped him up. Then we have the Hierophant, the government. Okay, so now the government they got in on it. That's when we heard it on news. Okay, but see, there's corruption. We got Justice in reverse. Okay, it was corrupt money. We also have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, yeah. So the teamwork is no longer the teamwork. They refusing to work together. Okay, but see, that's what you get, because they are thieves. There's no honor among thieves. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so where they were seeking balance, they're not able to get any balance because they're too corrupt. And then they all come falling down with the Tower. Okay, so now they got to make a decision. Okay, and this is the government. They got to make a decision what they're going to do with these people. Are they going to send them back to South Korea where they came from? Or are they going to ship them to some unknown country that they don't speak the language? And then we have the Six of Pentacles, okay, in reverse. So it's supposed to be a give and take situation. It's okay. It's money loss, corrupt money. Okay, it's not balanced. They just taking, and then we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah. So there's a lot of families, okay, who are not happy. Yeah, and there was an agreement with the Two of Cups. There was some type of agreement, some type of partnership, okay? And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So there's quite a few pentacles going all through this, okay? And what it had to do with, it was money. Okay, money involved, money involved. People are so worried about money, and they even in the songs that they sing, it's all about money, and that is a problem. Okay, they're not telling you to get your education; they're telling you to get the bag of money. Okay, these songs aren't preaching to get you an education, get your situation right, get your credit right, get this right. No, get the money by any means necessary. That's all they talk about, and that's the problem. Now everything's corrupted. They're accepting corruption. Okay, they're accepting it. Okay, and that is the problem, because you're never going to win. You're just never going to win. And I think a lot of these people are they're so full of it, okay? They can't see the forest for the trees, okay? They probably have no clue what I'm talking about when I say, what I'm saying right now. Huh? Get what? Okay? Because that's all they know is get the bag, okay? They taking the education out of education. Wanting to take the money out the schools, okay? They always been robbing. The public schools been getting robbed left and right, okay? Because there's a lot of money in the schools. It's a lot of stuff that goes into that, okay? So let's look at, let's spill some tea, okay? Let's spill some tea on Donald Trump. We're gonna do a Trump session here. Let's spill some tea on Donald Trump. Spilling some tea? What do you want us to know about this Donald Trump? What's going on with Donald Trump? Okay, spill some tea. Everybody's talking. They talking about he had a stroke. He had a heart attack. He had surgery. He had this and he had that. And I'm just like, stop it already. Okay, stop it. I do know, because my mom had a few strokes. Okay, and if they were minor strokes, then he would be fine. Usually, I think she stayed in the hospital for a week, okay, to make sure she don't have any more strokes or whatever. They can catch it right there, because if you have one stroke, you're likely to have another. Okay, until she had a stroke. Okay, when she had a stroke, then that weakened one side of her body and stuff like that. But the other strokes she had, the little strokes, okay, you could fall down, don't even realize you had a stroke, and get back up and keep moving like nothing happened. Okay, see, so for him to come back in the way he's coming back, it's not that he had a stroke. He would have to have a mild stroke, a very mild stroke that didn't affect anything. Okay. But then again, too, is Donald Trump may have needed to recover from all them drugs. What's the tea on Donald Trump? See? Okay. They had to sit him down and get him right. What's the tea with Donald Trump? What do you want us to know? Okay, because we know the energy is always changing. What can you tell us? What's going on with Donald Trump recently? Okay. And thank you for your answers. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Trump. What's the tea? What's the tea? Okay. Well, Well, he's got some underlying feelings of dissatisfaction. Okay, dissatisfaction, and what is he dissatisfied with? Everything, everything. Okay, mixed signals, and that's what he's giving the public. Okay, he's giving us mixed signals. Okay, then we have mind games. Okay, I think that's what's going on too. And you guys may find it hard to believe, but I really think that's what's going on. I get the vibes real good. Okay. And he's sending the little like he sent that little message out through um, Michael Johnson, the Speaker of the House. Is that little Mikey? Okay. And talking about he being with the FBI. I said, see, they playing games. Okay. We got friendship tests. The group dynamics. The dynamics within his group, okay, in the White House are shifting. And you know they're shifting because they are not agreeing with Donald Trump as much as they used to. Okay. So there's and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing a shift. Okay. So he needs to let go of expectations. Okay. Yeah, he can forget that. He's got control issues. And I'm pretty sure he does have control issues because he's trying to control the information that's going out and it's not working, especially with the Epstein files. Okay. It's just not working. Okay. So his shared experience deepens the bond between him and others. Shared experience. Who did he share an experience with? Could that be Epstein, allegedly? Everything's alleged. My interpretations, okay? But they do have some shared experiences. Uncovered truth. And that looks like somebody is snooping. Somebody's digging. Somebody's looking for evidence. So, and they're going to uncover. And there's an inner conflict. Yeah. He's having inner conflicts that it's interfering with his decision-making process. Okay. So there's some unspoken understandings. I think that would be between his inner circle, his real close inner circle, like Melania. Oh, you hear about that little boy? Oh, we got to do one on the son. Unmasking motives. Okay, so the motives are going to surface. Okay, there is some motives behind certain things that are going to be exposed. Now, you could also say intentions. Okay, and what's another word? Okay, I forget right now. Okay, we don't want to take too long on. It's no big deal. But yeah, so there's going to be some unmasking of motives. And they may not be with us, but this may be in Trump's administration. Yeah. So he's going to have to put some distance on some of the relationships that he has. Well, he's trying to put a distance on the Epstein relationship. See, he's trying to put some distance on that, and it's not working. And then he's keeping tabs at the same time. He's keeping tabs and keeping secrets. He's trying to trust in the process, okay? And let it do what it do, Okay, he's trying to trust in the process, but here's the thing about it: there is no trusting in the process because they all corrupt. Okay, so that's all they can do is hope, but they're all corrupt. Let's look into Barron Trump. Okay, I've been hearing rumors on Barron Trump, so let's look into him. Okay, because I was told. Now I don't know how true it is. This is all alleged. Okay, this is all alleged, but I heard that he dropped out of school. He dropped out of college. Okay. And we gonna get the gold on him. Yes. Get the gold. And he had some business. He's got some business dealers, okay? See, that's what the rich folks do. They just give the kid a business. Okay. Give the kid a business and see what he could do with it. Okay. That's what they do. That's what Beyonce got with her kids. She got Blue already got businesses. That little girl, yeah, she already got businesses in her name. Talking about born with a silver spoon. Yes. So let's take a look. Let's do some smudging. Okay. We want a fair chance. Just do some smudging. Yes. Okay. Make some way. I'm gonna have to move this out the way so I can use this for my a space for my card so I have a clear desk. Okay. Holy Spirit, what do you want us to know about Barron Trump? Okay. What do you want us to know about Barron Trump? They say he dropped out of school. Okay. And he has some businesses. Okay. What can you tell us about Barron Trump? What do you want us to know? Give it a nice good shuffle here. Yes, Barron Trump. Let me see, what is his sign? Barron Trump. He's a Pisces. Now, I'm trying to see. Oh, he was born on March 20th, 2006. Okay, let's cut the cards. He's a Pisces, March 20th. Okay, so this underlying energy is the King of Cups. Okay. Let me see what that sign looks like, because these don't have the oops, I didn't hit something. Okay, that's what the sign looks like. This right here, this little purple thing, that represents Pisces. Okay. So let's do a tableau. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay. And this is someone who's emotionally immaturity, insecurity, lack of trust, okay, and lacking of direction. Okay. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, okay? So these are missed opportunities. Someone who's hesitant, okay? Who is wasting his potential. We have the Knight of Swords, okay? This is big changes, opportunities, seize the moment, jump in, arrival, departure. Let's see. Someone who was assertive and direct, who's honest. Quick wit, talkative, impatient, impulsive, okay? He's smart, okay? But he's also rebellious. Okay, so we have the Tower. So there's going to be some type of event that's going to come involving this young man here, okay? And it may have to do with his businesses, okay? Or it could deal with his personality slash personal business. We also have the 10 of Wands in reverse, okay? So there's going to be a whole bunch of problems that comes out of this. Ooh. Oh, wow. I don't know why my chair keeps going down. It's losing suction. Okay, so then, okay, he's going to move on with the 6 of Swords. Okay, so there's going to be some healing. Okay, a healing, some kind of movement, something going on. This is going to be his relief. But here's the catastrophe right here. Okay, with the Tower and the 10 of Wands in reverse. The 10 of Wands is burdens, okay? Going forward, you're going to have obstacles, burdens of some kind, okay? But when it's in reverse, it makes it even worse, okay? It's even worse when it's in reverse. So this is unsurmountable problems, okay? Something is going to happen, and it looks like it's going to be soon, because it's up here on top in the first row. We have death, the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil in reverse, okay? Yeah. So this is an imbalance going on, okay? Self-indulgence, okay? I'm going to wonder, is there going to be some type of drug-related incident where this boy may have almost OD'd? We have the moon in reverse. So there's going to be some secrets coming out, and it's next to the devil, so it's not good. I tell you that now. It's not good. We have the 5 of Pentacles. I mean the 4 of Pentacles, okay, in reverse. So he's going to let go. He's going to have to let go of some people, places, and things. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Cups. So we're going to have a happy family, but they're going to appear to be a happy family. We have the 2 of Swords in reverse, okay? So there's indecision, there's delays. Oh, my chair, it's been doing this all day. Oh, I don't know why. But it's been pushing down, okay? And I don't know why it's been doing that. It's having its moment. Okay, so yeah, so there's a delays, okay? And it's delays behind postponements. There we go. There's going to be postponements. Yeah. Now we have the 7 of Cups right here on the Devil card. So there's drugs. There's drugs. Okay. So yeah. Ooh. 7 of Pentacles, reaping what you sow. Right there over the moon. Ooh. Things are coming to fruition. Ooh. I think this gonna be big. Ooh. We're gonna have to get a clarifier on this. Ooh, y'all, it's gonna be big. Okay. Okay, so now we have the 3 of Wands. Uh-huh. Just like this right here, wanting to move on. He right here. Okay, he wanting to move on to calmer waters. Okay, looking abroad. Mm-hmm. And we have the Fool. So this is going to have to do with his youth. Okay. Underneath it all, the King of Cups. Emotions. That's him. Matter of fact, Pisces. There go that sign, Pisces. Oops, wrong side. There go that sign right there where my finger's at, Pisces. Okay? Masculine emotions, okay? Mm, mm, mm. So, I think that we'll see, okay? But, and see, they've been talking about he's been missing in action, okay? He's been missing in action, see? And we gonna get, okay, we gonna break out with the truth, okay? We gonna pull out some truth, okay? Now, my intuition, and I wasn't even thinking about that either, but the way these cards are coming up is this is a situation of young and dumb. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is what this is going to be, young and dumb. There is some drugs involved in here, and that little boy. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna show. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so right up here on this first row, okay, he's underneath it all. He's underneath it all, okay? And right on top, okay, the first row, we have catastrophe, okay? We have wanting to move on, Okay, we got the devil and the moon card right next to each other. Okay, then we have the seven of cups. Okay, that's drugs and delusion, whatever. Okay, that's drugs. That's drugs. Okay, okay, that's what I'm saying. And then so let me slow down. Let me slow down. Um, yeah. So he's going too fast. He's going too fast. He got to slow down. Okay, he's going too fast, but he's going to get caught up. And I believe this situation is already going on. It's just going to come out. And he's going to run to mama. Oh, yeah. He's going to run to mama. Okay. I mean, we all do that. He's young. He's just getting out on his own. That's his first response, just to run to mama. Okay. And she going to go to bat for her boy. Okay. So what do you want us to know about Barron Trump? Okay, can you clarify these cards right here? What they're saying, what they're trying to tell us. What's the truth? We want to know the truth. Okay, can you clarify these cards with the truth on Barron Trump that we have right here? Yeah, this is all alleged. Okay, this is all alleged. Entertainment purposes only, my interpretations. It may be true, it may not be. Okay, let's take a look at Barron. Let's keep our eyes on Barron Trump. Okay, because you know they're gonna keep this. They're gonna try to keep this hush, hush. They're gonna try to keep this hush, hush. And I'm gonna tell you why I think it's drugs too. Is because his dad is so harping on drugs and the fentanyl and all this kind of stuff, right? See, and you know he's scandalous, and you know he's just hyping, okay? And you know how karma is. It'll come back on you, come back on your kids, your family, okay? The dirt coming out in the wash, you guys. I'm pretty sure. So let's look. Okay, so what can you tell us about Barron Trump? Okay, born on March 20th, 2006. Pisces. What do you want us to? What do you want us to know about Barron Trump? Well, performance. He likes to sing. Okay. Yeah, they got videos of him singing with his mom and stuff, or singing to his mom. Something like he's a good singer. Okay. Miss you. Okay. Is that his girlfriend? Independent. Okay. He being independent. That's what he being. Okay. Oh, so there was a breakup. Him and that girl broke up? Oh. Him and that girl broke up. Okay. And he wants to run away. Okay. That could be the disaster right here, because you know when you're young, and you know you're young, okay, and that heartbreak is a itch. You just want to die. Your whole world is ending. Okay, so anyway, it's a mystery. Confusing. Confusion and illusion. There's a hidden truth, and the secret's going to come out. Yeah, there's a hidden secrets. Secret treasure. What? Okay, yeah. So some things are hidden here. Okay, so there's something that's going to be in the messaging. Okay, in the call records, the messaging records, there's something that's going to be in that. So they're going to reconcile. Okay, so there's a key. Key people, uh, uh, the core of the problem. So he's going to need a cool down. So that might be what he's getting away from. Maybe he's getting away from the breakup here. Okay, he wants to move on. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. We've all been there. We know how it goes. Okay, it makes sense. In the process, he's going to be drinking coffee, tea, water. There's going to be a chance encounter. So there's going to be a clown. Okay, I don't know if they're going to make a fool out of him. Okay, or it's performance. Okay, this person. There's going to be divine intervention. He's going to come clean, going to be decisive. Okay, that's going because of Melania. She's finna get in there and shut that down. So there's going to be a sixth sense and intuition. And I think that's going to be a mother's intuition. Okay, she's going to sense something is going on. It's going to be a miracle, dreams coming true, getting what you want. We'll see. So there's going to be a lost loved one. Okay. Memories, elder, nightfall. So there's going to be the loss of a loved one. Ooh, we got the law in here, the police, the lawyer, and the judge. Something about their pet. Okay. Maybe that's the loss. They might lose a pet. Might got an old dog or something like that. It's going to be all on the streets. It's going to be in circulation, so we will know about it. Okay. Ooh, but there's a snake. Something is going to progress. So look for investigation. It's going to be an investigation, and it's going to be a roll of the dice. Okay? It's going to be a roll of the dice. That's what it's saying. Okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to get the kipper. We're going to get the kipper on Mr. Barron. Okay? We're going to get the kipper. Sorry about that. We're going to get the kipper. On Mr. Barron. Now, it doesn't. Who's in the no, not when your ankles are full of fluid. No, that's it. That's if your knee. That's something like if your knee, you got fluid on the knee, that's usually you got to go in the hospital and they got to drain it off. Or like your hip. But your ankles, your ankles, that's usually from high blood pressure and whatever they got going on. But nah, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say that it's not done. Hello, Galatians 6:7. Okay. But I don't know if there's a such thing, but I really haven't heard. Oh, somebody had a question, but they left. Okay. Yeah. So if it's fluid on the ankles, but if it's fluid on the knees, okay, then and I believe that I don't know if they're the same, okay, but they're both joints. But the I think the fluid on the knees usually has to be drained, especially if it becomes a problem. They have to drain it, okay. But I never heard of them draining fluid on the ankles. Not saying that they don't, but I never heard of it. Usually something like that has to do with much salt or blood pressure. Okay, it's a reason why you have that. Now the ones on the fluid that collects on the knee. My dad went in the hospital because abuse of it. He abuse of what? He had water on the ankles. Oh, this is I can be turning this fan on. Let me close my blinds. What? No, girl, it's too late to go outside. No, poo-poo. No, y'all not going outside. Now, it's supposed to be in the 80s, okay, coming this week. So I'll let them outside because it's not too hot. I can leave the door open and all the heat is not coming in the house. So we'll see. Okay. Oh, he had congestive heart failure. Did he have to have his ankles drained? Right. He's on something to release the water in his body because of the congestive heart failure. Right. Okay. Yeah. But the water on the ankles, I never heard of that being medically drained. I'm not saying it's not, but see if there's a card. Okay. Okay, they're all here. Making sure there's no reversals. Hi, love bug. How you doing? Yeah, that's one thing I don't have is swollen ankles. But I got to call the doctor, okay, and schedule a checkup. I need to tend to my health. I'm not going to lie. I'm not good at keeping up with my health. My mom, oh my God, okay, they're so perfect, okay. And why can't I be perfect like that, okay? But anyway, it is what it is. You said yes. Okay, but did they drain the fluid off his ankles? Did they drain the fluid off his ankles or did they give him something to, like water pills to get rid of the excess fluid? Or did they stick a needle in there and drain it? See, the thing with Trump is, okay, the thing with Trump, it's like a double-edged sword. Yeah, I didn't think they stuck a drain in your ankles. Now I know the drain to be go in your knee, okay, but I've never known of a drain to go in your ankles. Well, yeah, it goes. Yeah, you frequent urination, okay. But that's not the same as water. So I think it's two separate things. Water on the knee, fluid on the knee is not the same as fluid on the ankles. Right, okay, not in the ankles. That's what I thought. I was like, I've never heard of that. Okay, what can you tell us about Barron Trump? Okay. I wonder should I do obstacles? We just gonna lay it out. Do a tablet or table. Excuse me, a table tablet. Okay, on Barron Trump. Now the thing with Trump is like a double-edged sword. Okay. Now he has good medical, okay, but you got to realize, like I said, there is a small hospital setting right there at the White House. Okay. Right there at the White House. See what I'm saying? Okay. So they can stabilize him in that much time. Okay. So what I'm saying to say is that even if he's got good medical care, insurance, okay, it's still not as good as being the president. Because if Donald Trump was not the president, okay, and he's been having these medical issues, okay, there's a good chance that he would have passed a long time ago. See what I'm saying? Even though he had the good health care, okay, because of the condition he's in. If he has congestive heart failure, okay, that's something you need to get to the doctor, like, okay, ASAP if you can. You can't sit around and wait on that. So they could take him to the back to the hospital, whatever they call it, okay, and work on him there. You see what I'm saying? But he still has to recuperate, so he still has to get his rest. Hence the reason why you're not hearing him going to these hospitals, okay, because he's already got one. Okay. Then at the same time, they got to punch him up with a bunch of whatnots, okay, to keep him alert, to keep him sturdy. I don't think his memory is suffering as bad, okay, as his heart. Okay, he probably has multiple ailments, okay, but I think his heart is his biggest one. What can you tell us about Barron Trump? Okay. Yes. What do you want us to know on Barron Trump? Okay, you guys. What does it say? Well, yeah, they think he's sicker than he is. He's sick. Okay, he's sick, and he's not going to admit it because they can put him out. He's not going to admit it. Okay. What do you want us to know about Barron Trump? So you're definitely right on that. Okay, so we have a journey, okay? Traveling. And there's going to be a message, okay? And he already got it because it's open. Let's see where we're going here, okay? There goes the distant horizons with the drug use, okay? A thief. So something is being taken. And there's poverty. So this poverty, as in poor, could be poor choices. Thoughts. Marriage, partnership. Whoa, that's right over the message. Is that the one where I told you there's been a breakup? Okay. So he's got a long road ahead of him. Oh. Now, this is distant horizons, which is indicative of drug use, okay? This right here, okay, I wonder has he been on drugs for a while? So there's going to be some unexpected income, something coming in unexpected. So, and this is right over underneath the thief. Somebody's stealing money. Somebody's stealing money. He's stealing money? Hold on. Message of concern. So that's bad news. So this is occupation. It has to do with a job. Oh. Now, they said he had a company. I wonder, is he stealing the money from the company? Or he's trying to get a company, allegedly. And expectations, okay? Now, the expectations is coming right here along the lines of marriage, partnership, okay? Oh, adjudication. Ooh, wee, not the courts involved. There's a false person. And that's right along the lines of the thief, the income. We have lovers, okay? So, right going smack down the center of this whole table right here is drug use, okay? For a long time, he's been using drugs, okay? With however you consider a long time, maybe 2 years, okay? And it's going to get him caught up in the courts, okay? This is my perception, allegedly, okay? We got a thief in the camp, okay? Been stealing the money, okay? And the false person will be revealed. We have poverty, okay, coming out of a message of concern, which is bad news, okay. So I'm going to take it that this bad news is going to be related to income. And we have lovers, okay. So maybe is he giving money to his girlfriend? Is she stealing the money? Or, okay, is he buying her expensive stuff? Too expensive, okay. We have a journey right here, some traveling and the thoughts about it, okay? And it's going to have to deal with his work. So he may want to be careful on traveling. Always be careful when you're traveling, okay? Or he could be thinking about traveling somewhere to work, somewhere else to work, okay? We have a message, okay? We have marriage and we have expectation. Is he expecting to get married? Has somebody got a message that he might be getting marriage, or is that the marriage license? Ooh. Okay, so that's reading this way. Okay, let's go this way. He's got a trip, okay, involved, okay, and there's a message of concern, okay, and that might have to do with some drug use, okay, and some stealing that could put him in a poor light, a poor situation, okay, or his businesses, okay. Some thoughts, okay. He's been thinking about getting married, okay. Uh, Maybe he's been thinking about it for a long time. He's going to get some unexpected income, and he's going to get some bad news. So maybe he might get yeah, well, the unexpected income may not be so unexpected, okay? It may end up not being a good investment. His job, okay, he's expecting the job, oh, but he's getting caught up in the court behind a false person, okay, who he made an agreement with. So either way you go, it doesn't look good for Barron, okay? You don't think he likes his dad at all? I don't know. Um, okay, because here's the thing about it. Okay, Donald Trump, okay, is one way at work, and he's another way at his job. I mean, at home. Okay, he's another way toward that little boy. Okay, he's not the same way. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, and the little boy, if he doesn't like the dad, the only thing I can say about that is one thing about being in your teens is in the rebellious stage, okay? The problem is how long that rebellious stage lasts and how intense it is, okay? That's the problem with the rebellious stage, okay? How long it lasts and how intense. Because, see, the rebellious stage could get you, that's the stage that you kill your parents, okay? So I don't think his is that intense. But how long it lasts is is a different story. Okay, he has guidance. Okay, and he has guidance from his mom. Okay, I don't know how she talks to them. Okay, and communicates with him, but hopefully he will gain some sense. But there's going to be some mistakes along the way. But my concern right here is the drug use, okay, that I've been getting. Let me get a clarifier. We're gonna get the vibes, okay, on Barron Trump. So we're gonna ask for some clarification on this spread and see what comes up in here, okay? In the what's the vibe? Okay, so let me check it out. What can you tell us about this spread here? Okay, um, with Barron Trump. Okay, is he on drugs? Okay, is he stealing money? Is there somebody in his camp stealing money from him? You know, what's the vibe with Barron Trump? What's going on with this young kid here who's got the silver spoon in his mouth? Okay, but he's still human at the end of the day. What can you tell us? What do you want us to know about Barron Trump? Okay, you guys, let's see what they want us to know. Can you give us clarification on this spread here? Consequences, bad choices. Second chance. He's going to get a second chance. Deja vu. An apology. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be sincere, especially when it comes to drugs, okay? Because we'll say anything, okay? So he's longing. Here we go with the missing you, okay? With the girlfriend issue. Burn bridges, okay? So now, see, he's got a lack of trust now. Everybody gonna be looking at him side-eye for a minute. So whatever he done did, we don't know what it is, but as the dirt comes out in the wash, it always does. He's got a soulmate, a twin flame, a friendship, okay, a romantic partner. So he's got some nurturing. Okay? He's got some nurturing. Okay? But there's some resentment, some envy, okay? Some competitiveness. Who is he competing with? We got some feminine energy coming in. Ooh, she pregnant too. Allegedly. There we go with the legal issues. We got some legalities coming. So this is going to be this is going to be big time, okay? There we go. Toxic. Drama, arguments, okay? Not the magic mushroom, okay? So there's going to be a delay, okay? Some procrastination, maybe. He didn't overstep his boundaries. Yep. And got in trouble. He's gonna need to get away. That's what the cards were saying. He needs to get away. A journey, okay? Travel, yeah. He wants to run. Greed, okay? Inconsiderate. Lust, okay? Somebody's gonna be blocked. Nothing to say. Stop calling, okay? Trap. He's gonna get trapped. He's gonna be stuck. Is he gonna be stuck by a pregnancy? Uh-oh. Yes. Bad decision, addictions. Shattered. Broken. Nightmares, failures. Something. There's some dirt in the wash, honey. Okay. So we got the family though. They gonna gather around. Family in a circle. They gonna come around. So he got that. Okay. Old exes, clingy relationships. Hopeless, lost, depression, suicide. Okay. Now that sounds like a drug problem. That sounds like a straight up drug problem. Okay. We didn't did how many spreads on the boy? And that's what I keep getting. Okay. Yeah, because he burned out. He's exhausted from being up too long. Yep. He's got masculine energy. Oh yeah. hmm He needs to recharge. He needs to breathe and let go. See, that's the moving on, okay, and the need to go overseas or whatever. Mama, can I go to your house, grandma's house in where's she from? Wherever she from, okay, to bring back that laughter and that joy, okay. But see, he's drowning. He's in over his head. He's feeling stuck, stagnant. He's feeling at a dead end. He's feeling antisocial because he's into his feelings now. Okay, he's like the hermit. Okay, he needs to slow down. He needs to smell the roses. He's going too fast. He's going too fast. Oh yeah, we got some intimacy there. Okay, ain't my business. Okay, and he's gonna be cutting ties. Okay. He needs his freedom. I hope he don't try to think he need his freedom now after he ain't got the girl pregnant, okay, allegedly. But he's got some situations going on, and I don't know if there's going to be pregnancy involved, but there's going to be legal ramifications involved. The legal ramifications that came up in every spread I did on this young gentleman here, and whatever he's hiding, kids, okay, they think they slick. They all do, okay? They all think they slick, but it's gonna come out. And not only is it going to come out in the wash, but it's going to come out in the tabloids. That's crazy. I didn't expect all that. Okay. Some just told me, okay, to pull some cards on the little young lad. Any requests? Any special requests out there? That was a good one. Okay, I don't think any of us was expecting that. I certainly would. I wasn't expecting the drug use. Okay, not that it surprises. Not it doesn't surprise me. Okay, but I just wasn't. I mean, as far as the card, matter of fact, I wasn't even thinking about the boy. Okay, it just did as I did the cards. It came across. Okay, so yeah, there's no telling. Okay, but I bet y'all gonna be looking out. I bet y'all gonna be looking out now that I didn't open my big mouth. Y'all gonna be like, okay, and don't go tell about I heard he was on drugs. No. I said allegedly. This is what the card said. Okay, I'm just reading the cards. Okay, minding my own little business. Okay, this is okay. We got some spiritual advice. Okay. Oh, let's do some biblical tableau. Okay, let's be fair. We're gonna do some biblical. Okay, tarot on Barron. Okay, one more spread on Barron. Okay. Woo! It's getting hot in here. I need some more water. Let me go get me some. I need some ice water on this one. Ah, jeez. Goodness gracious. Hey, folks. Where you think you're going there? Oh, yeah. I got to cool off. Woo! Okay. Sherry laughing. Yeah, girl. Okay. I have to break out with the biblical tarot. Ooh, got a brain freeze there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes. We're going to clear up some room in here. Okay. Get this party started. Okay. I got to burn some more. I don't know why. Am I the only one that got to burn? I don't have any of those crystals and stuff like that. Okay. No, I'm not. I don't know if they work or not. I don't know. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. They just rocks to me. Okay. But hey, they pretty rocks. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we got the smudge the area. Everything's good. Everybody good. Y'all copacetic. Okay. Because we go. What can you tell us about Barron Trump? Okay. What do you want us to know about Barron Trump? Yeah, because they said that he hasn't been seen for the past few months. Okay, you know, usually that means a girlfriend. What do you want us to know about Barron Trump? Okay, he hasn't been seen in a few months. Hasn't been heard from. What's he been up to? What has Barron Trump been up to in these past few months? Okay, what's going on with Barron Trump? What do you want us to know? Let me see. I have a book that goes with this too, because these cards they read, but they don't read reverse. There we go. What do you want us to know? Oh, you like my top? Oh yeah, compliments of Temu, girl. Yes, all these tops you see me wearing, I got from Temu. Okay, so the underlying, I want to say energy, is the Nine of Candles. Okay, the Nine of Candles is candles in this one is, oh, that's good. Okay, this is when Satan tests Job. And he gave him all those ailments, okay, and he still didn't curse God. So the Nine of Candles would be the nine of oh no, that's chalices, okay. So the candles would be wands. I gotta, okay, because I think the feathers are swords. I would think the feathers would be wands, but I think they're swords. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords. There we go. And this is what he got before. That fast energy. Okay. He's rushing in with angels fear to tread. He's rushing in where angels fear to tread. Okay. And then we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Ooh. The Ten of Swords in reverse. So I wonder if the Ten of Swords in reverse avoiding ruin. Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse. Why I keep thinking I'm saying Swords? Ten of Swords in reverse. Now they got 10 swords. They said 10 swords in reverse. Okay, that AI, okay, is not AI. Oh, okay. So this right here is refusing to let go of the past, okay? So this is like holding on to a relationship, okay, that's done with, that's run its course, okay? And he's still holding on to the past. Okay, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, now the Four of Swords is he needs to get some rest. Okay, right? However, I think he's refusing to rest. He's refusing the chill pill. He's up at night. And then we have Judgment. Oh! So we have Judgment. There we go with the courts coming in. And we have the High Priest. We have justice in reverse. So there's some kind of corruption going on. The 10 Commandments, okay? He's broke the 10 Commandments. And then we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the 4 of Wands represents happiness, okay? Happy family, happy people. But in reverse, they're not happy. They're sad. There's sadness here. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse, okay? So there was some deception, okay? There was some deception going on. We have the 3 of Coins in reverse. Yeah, so the teamwork, yeah, the partnership, the teamwork is not there. There's no teamwork. Or he doesn't want to do teamwork. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. So it's in reverse, which it's a moment of clarity. A moment of clarity. We have the 2 of Coins, the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so there's an imbalance, trying to balance things, trying to do right. It's finding it hard to do. And we have the 4. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So he's going to let go of something. Maybe the secrecy he's holding on to, he's going to let it go. We have the Emperor in reverse. The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands in reverse. I think there's some deception going on. We have the Page of Coins. The Page of Coins in reverse. One row. This is giving him a good, well, it's not so good with all these reversals, okay? The Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there's some deception. And the 6 of Swords in reverse. So, what is the 6 of Swords? Defeat. So there's going to be some avoidance. We have the 9 of Swords reverse. Okay. So he's got a lot of reversals, which I'm surprised. Okay. But these are good reversals. The 9 of Swords in reverse. Right here. And then we have the Hermit. And then we have the Ace. The Ace of Wands. So what I'm looking at here is when it's all said and done, he'll be all right. He's young, okay? He's going to bounce back from this. He's going to bounce back, y'all, okay? Anybody want me to do anything else? Look up anything else while I'm here? Yes, because we was on the road, girl, okay? I was like, oh my goodness. But this gave him a good rapport. But I think there's some truth, okay, in those cards. Let me see if they have anything just in case on Barron. Why she name him Barron? So he's 19. Now they said he didn't show up for class, okay, but then they say he's taking online classes, okay, but rumor has it he dropped out. I don't know. Wait, what? So it said he graduated from Oxbridge Academy. Oh, that must be the school. Okay. So he graduated from high school and began attending the university, okay, New York University Stern School of Business this month. No, last year. Oh. Okay, so now he's going back to school. Is this a girlfriend? Oh. So he's got a girl crush. A 19-year-old girl has a crush on him, and she's in Brazil. So that could be have something to do with the traveling. Oh, yeah, right. His oldest daughter, Malia. Malia is the oldest. I don't know why, but I always think their names should be reversed. She looks more like a Sasha, okay? And the other girl looks like a Malia. But so I always get their names confused. Oh, so we don't know who the girl. She wants to be anonymous. Okay. Well, I'm trying to see if he has a girlfriend. And yeah, those boys are pretty tall. Okay, well, I don't see a girlfriend. I heard he had a girlfriend. But that's what we have. You don't know? Yeah, they shut that down real quick. They said he had a girlfriend and then they shut it down. Uh, does Barron Trump have a girlfriend? It said he has a girlfriend, okay? Okay, so they're not, they're saying he has a girlfriend and they're not really saying too much on it. And I think too is probably because they don't want her to take the spotlight off of the boy. Hmm. And two is probably they don't want him to make like some kind of commitment while he's young. Okay, so that's probably what it is. But I don't. Let's see. Do we have? I don't have any love cards. See what we have here. That's true crime. Let's do the light seers and see if he has a girlfriend. Okay. This is the light seers right here. We'll ask the light seers, okay, and see what they say. Can you tell us if Barron Trump, Donald Trump's youngest son, has a girlfriend? Okay, love interest. Okay, what can you tell us about Barron Trump love life? Okay, what do you want us to know? Well, underneath it all, is the Ace of Pentacles, okay, in reverse. I take that as a no, however, at this time, okay, but let's look. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse, okay, so looks like, okay, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. I take it as no, not at the moment. Six of Wands in reverse, okay? Now, Six of Wands would be like some kind of victory, some kind of celebration, but not, nope, nope, nope. The Magician in reverse, yeah. He done ran out of tricks. He ran out of tricks. Okay, we have Death. Okay, but we have it in upright. So yeah, so he doesn't have a girlfriend right now. Okay, but he'll get one. It has a rebirth here. Okay, so that relationship is dead. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. There he go with that Knight of Swords, rushing in where angels fear to tread. Okay, so maybe he's going to be rushing into another relationship. He just might be that kind, you know. Knight of Pentacles. Uh-huh. And then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, he's letting go of people, places, and things. Okay. But for some reason, that Knight of Swords keeps coming up. Let me look again at the Knight of Swords. It keeps coming up. Yeah, he's full of life as well as energy. Yes. Oh no, I don't want this. Yeah. He likes to rush in where angels fear to tread. And what it's talking about is on this card, okay, so, well, this is a different, the man is running to hop on his motorcycle. Usually it's a white horse, but this is a white motorcycle, okay? And then you see the rain clouds, okay? So even though it looks like the rain will be coming in, he's going to run in there anyway, okay, and get on that damn motorcycle, okay? That's what's this. So, like I said, he's rushing in, okay? So we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so he's not celebrating anything. That's the Magician on top of the Magician. Okay, and the Magician in reverse is another representation of drugs, right next to the Death card. Okay, so we have a Page of Swords. Okay, so this is somebody who's into looking up stuff. Okay, he's got these bright ideas, um, but he's walking a tightrope. I just noticed that here. And he's got that right there on top of the Death card. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I think there's some news coming in, okay, and it's not good. And then we have the Two of Swords, okay? So they're stuck trying to make a decision. And we have the Four of Cups. So he's trying to make a decision, okay, and he's not liking what is being offered. And then we have the Queen of Cups. There she go. That's probably his mama. We got the feminine emotions coming in. We have the Moon in reverse. So there's going to be a revelation of secrets. And we have Judgment. We have the Empress, okay? But she's in reverse. So just like the Magician in reverse up here, I said he didn't ran out of tricks, okay? He didn't ran out of creativity, options. And then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yeah. And there we go with the Three of Swords. So we have some heartbreak, betrayal, and then we have the Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold. I hope nothing happens to his mama, because the heartbreak is right there on top of the Queen of Cups. One more row. We have the Ace of Cups, overflowing with emotions. We have the High Priestess. She's the keeper of secrets. We have the King of Swords. So we got some more corruption coming in. So the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords is reversed. That's like the mama and the daddy. The mama and the daddy in reverse, they both corrupt. Both of them. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay? Yeah. So that's some bad news. And we have the Four of Wands, where there's a celebration. It's in reverse. It won't be a celebration. Let me look up this Ace of Wands in reverse. That's right there on heartbreak. Okay. Ooh. Well, you guys, it's still not good, okay? But it's just a moment of reevaluation, okay? Reevaluating. And the heartbreak, betrayal, or whatever that's coming in right here, okay? And see, this is right along the lines of the Magician in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Cups. So he's dealing with quite a bit of emotions here, okay? And action. Action. Lights, camera, action. Okay? But the devil and the magician. Now, what card did he have before? He had the, oh wait, this isn't the devil. He had the devil. This is death. Yeah, this is death. So that's the end. And he's got the moon in reverse. So he's got some secrets coming out. Definitely got some secrets coming out. Okay. And this may be pertaining to his love life because that's what we were looking at. Okay. That's what we were looking at. So the secrets may come out about his love life. Maybe they may come out that he has a girlfriend or he had one. Okay. Say, and it could be some dilemma surrounding, okay, the relationship, you know, because these young kids dealing with emotions and stuff like that, so they don't take heartbreak too lightly, you know, depending on their emotional maturity. That's another way to look at it, okay? But I'm gonna get off of here, okay? And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to sit with me and go through these cards. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Most of all, stay blessed. Thank you.